Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Knitique in Oak Grove, California, and NitiqueYarns.com, coming to you live on Thrilling Thursday. Look, I'm
Very
remembering.
good.
I'm remembering. My brain works this morning. I guess my coffee's working.
I think so.
All right, and the video is there, so that means that everything is working. So, wahoo!
My watch even went off this time.
I'm like, don't jinx us.
I know. That's why I knocked down the countertop first.
You know, normally I go like this. Like,
Yeah.
It's hard like wood, therefore it must be wood. Right? That's how that works. Good morning. All right. So we will have an awesome video of cuteness for you guys this morning if you haven't seen the little Instagram preview yet. But we will talk about our grand prize, give away a daily prize, and then talk about all of the cuteness. Probably more cuteness than the average human being can handle in one video, but we're going to do it anyway.
It's cuteness overload.
Yep.
And pardon while the camera has an earthquake. I have to take off my watch because it's non-stop vibrating at me.
Group texts.
Yeah.
Yeah, group texts need to chill sometimes. I'm like, I'll not have the ability to look at my phone for 10 minutes. 10! And come back and have 42 messages. I'm like, what did you guys do? I can't go back and read all that. That's a book.
It was fun. Because I'm usually one of those sending them.
I'm like worn out without even reading the messages. I'm like, I can't. You guys, somebody give me a synopsis. I've literally asked that before. Like, can somebody just sum up what that whole thing was just about? Like, is it worth me going back and reading the book?
Good morning, Rita. Did you have a good drive home?
Oh, yes. I saw your pictures this morning.
Was that just yesterday?
Was that yesterday or was that Tuesday?
I don't know.
The days are a blur. Today feels like a different day other than Thursday, but I'm not going to say it because that makes it stick more in the brain, and we don't want that. So it's Thursday. It's Thursday. Anybody else have to do that? Like,
yes.
Remind yourself, like, no, really, today is this.
I was really messed up yesterday, and I'm like, why is Danielle here? Oh, yeah. It's not Thursday.
Yeah, I know. Yesterday
like,
you said something about, it feels like Thursday, and I'm like, but Danielle's here. How can it feel like Thursday? Because Boss Lady's not here on Thursday. If you didn't know, she has a 3-year-old granddaughter, and letting 3-year-olds run around the boutique all day is chaos. She's adorable, but you guys know what 3-year-olds can do, so...
Rita came Tuesday.
Oh, it really has been 2 days already.
Yeah. Wow.
Doesn't feel like 2 days, but again, we're clearly screwed up on what day of the week it is. So
somebody blamed the weather. I like that. Oh yeah, Beverly.
Oh.
We're gonna go with that.
It's the change of seasons. Okay, yep. Blaming that.
Pumpkin spice.
It's fall's
coffee.
Fall's fault. That's hard to say too. Whew. Okay. Maybe I can talk about the grand prize without messing up my words. We will see.
Don't be like me this morning.
Right now. Susan's been giving me a ride because my car's in the shop for something minor. Something came loose that shouldn't be loose. So they have to put it back together again. I don't know if a bolt fell out. But it's one of those things that even they're like, I don't understand how this came loose. But we'll fix it. And so she's talking and all of a sudden it's like, I'm like, where's your reboot button? Because
I don't know.
I think the cookies are stuck. You were like that day that I was working on the computer and I clicked on something and everything on the graphics just started going like this, like vibrating. And I'm like, what is wrong with the computer? That was kind of you this morning, though.
I was Max Headroom.
That's
come on.
A little. I know who that is, but that's a little VA.
That's a little extreme.
It's a little VA. Maybe a lot.
Okay. Who else remembers Max Headroom while we talk about the grand prize?
I only know of it because it got mentioned another time, and then somebody sent me a video clip to show me who that was. So I know who it is, but I don't know who it is, you know? That kind of thing.
Okay.
It's like hearing of a band, but you've never listened to any of their music, so you're like, I know they're a music artist, but I don't know. That's it. Yeah. That's all I got. All right, so the grand prize for September, because yes, it is September. What? We have, we'll start with biggest to smallest. We have the Lyra, or Lyra. I'm not sure which way to pronounce it.
I say Lyra.
Lyra. Yeah, because like lyrical. Lyra. So we have the Project Tote in the two-tone burgundy color palette. It has adjustable straps, so you can adjust to the length that you like. It zips closed at the top. It does have the little tab that after you zip it, you can tuck in to kind of keep that edge nice and closed up. You have the small zip pocket, and my favorite pocket on it is this padded one because you could either put your interchangeable needle set in here, or you could put like your iPad or your Windows Surface,
clipboard,
Samsung Galaxy Note, whatever tablet you have that is fragile and you do not want it to get smooshed or cracked or broken. You put it in the padded pocket because the outside of this bag is nice and thick, and then this is like
squishy.
It reminds me of like those camping pads, the really thick, high density foam.
I didn't realize it was padded on both sides.
Well, the outside of the bag is padding in and of itself, and then you've got this thick padding on, and then a magnetic closure, and then a big, deep pocket for lots of yarn.
Bet I could fit 12 skeins of fingering in there.
Right? We should test that later.
Okay.
And then, so along with the big, fabulous tote bag, we have one skein of Noro Akari, which is one of their more warm weather blends. It's silk, cotton, viscose, a skosh of mohair, wool, and polyamide in beautiful self-striping colors. This one is pretty shades of like oceany blues, some cobalt, some turquoise, some sky blue. There are about 528 yards on this skein. It is a worsted weight yarn. We do have lots of Akari and Akari Solo in stock. I actually really like the Akari Solos. They're more of a tonal, one color shaded subtle striping, but they are gorgeous.
They're a soft, solid. Say that fast.
Right. Then that skein is easily enough to make any of the three sizes. You can actually make the largest one a little bit wider if you want more of like a 10-inch width of our Sunset in the Desert pattern. It's this really fun, I call it triangular basket weave because it's got these like this little like stair-step knit pearl design to it. And in the fabric, they make what looks like little stacked triangles, even though there's technically not a triangle in the pattern. It just kind of magically happens. Then we have a set of our rainbow, colorful, I don't know, I think we just called them locking stitch markers, but they're a veritable rainbow of colors. There are 144 of them in here for $7.99, so you can afford to lose a few, break a few, give away a few.
Put a few in every project bag.
Yeah, need 700 in your project because you can't manage to knit one knit through back loop without messing up.
I don't know about anybody else, but I always keep a safety pin pinned in my work because when I mess up, I always have a pin with me to mark my mess up spot that I have to back up to.
It's a good idea.
Every project has one, so you kind of need a lot of them because I might have a lot going and then they get abandoned and then there's still some pins in it and then I need more. So,
see, I tend to most of the time have a pin in mind, but not for that very smart reason, but because I like to move up the pin when I sit down to start knitting. That as your project gets bigger, because when you've got 24 inches of fabric and you knit an inch on it, it doesn't look like you've done anything. So I move up the pin right below the needle, sit and knit, and then I can see that I've done an inch. Like I can see that I've made progress.
So actually you need 3 safety pins, one for the right side, one to mark your progress, and one for my, oh my gosh, I made a mistake.
Somebody, I don't remember who it was, but somebody got these and then they Sharpied on the lid that like, pink was Knit Two Togethers, and blue
Sharon?
was SSK's, maybe?
Texas Sharon, yeah.
Maybe?
I think so.
But they like color-coded and wrote what everything was to identify, so that way they always knew what stitch they were at based on the marker.
Progress keepers, that's a great idea, Kathy. Great name.
Then,
Oh, Rita, yes. Make up another notions bag, so she always has some.
yes.
Which is when our next item comes in handy.
Yeah, that's why these class supply pins are so great. So in this cute little package is a tin to contain all the little bits and pieces. I should have taken this stuff out of the box just because it's easier. There is a 60-inch or whatever the equivalent, 150 centimeters tape measure.
Inches too, right?
Yep, 60-inch or 150 centimeters. I never realized that till recently that they actually tell you how long the tape measure is right there at the very beginning.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if they all do that, but this one does.
I never noticed that.
And so it's a retractable tape measure with our cute little Yarn Ball Dam Lamb logo. Then you have a pair of the folding scissors. You have some of those locking stitch markers, because you do need them in every bag, basically. And then you have small and large of our iridescent rainbow ring markers. The smalls, I believe, fit up to a size 8, and the large to a 13?
Yes.
Ooh, I remembered.
Yes.
And then there is a tapestry needle.
I love the bent tip on that one.
And basically you can fit all but the tape measure in the tin, but the tape measure is big enough on its own to not get so lost in the bottom of your bag. It's the little stuff that disappears. Somehow they find that one hole in the seam of your bag, and then they're all gone.
They
like,
do.
how?
They go
How
inside
are they
the
all
lining.
gone? And you can feel them in there, but you can't find the hole to get them back out.
Yeah.
Like, they're just gone forever. Like, I don't understand how this happens.
I've had that in a jacket where one pocket, it would have one on the outside, one on the inside, and it'd get a hole, and then it would go into the other pocket, and you're like, how did you do that?
Yeah, that's a magic trick. You could, if you could figure out how to make it work on command, you could actually do magic tricks, and people would think you were amazing.
That'd be fun.
Yes, Lisa said she puts lots of the safety pins on the front of a sweater when she's knitting in the round, plus the extra markers are useful for marking boo-boos. Yes. That's what I always tell people to do when they're like going to bring me their sweater for blocking and there's any mistakes in it that they want me to try to touch up. Put a safety pin in every single one, because you'd be surprised the mistake that's glaring to you in the midst of an entire sweater. I didn't see it. So mark it.
Just to clarify, we don't mean an honest goodness actual safety pin. We mean the knitting safety pins like we showed you.
The locking stitch marker kind.
Never use a regular safety pin in your knitting. It has a potential to snag them.
And get stuck.
Yes.
That little coil.
That'll get it.
They can get stuck on like half of the thread of your yarn, and then you have to snag it to get it out. It's not a good idea.
Not fun.
Only use the appropriate kind of pins.
Wait, how do they enter the grand prize?
I got distracted. So how you get entered to win all of that fabulousness is every time you make a purchase during the month of September, you're going to get one entry. It is cumulative, so the more times you purchase, the more entries you get. It includes any time you check out, whether it's here in person, online at knitiqueyarns.com, or even over the phone with us. And then on... I forgot to write the date. I did everything else. Tuesday, October 3rd, because the first and second are days that we are not here. Tuesday, October 3rd, we will draw to see who the lucky winner is. You have through the end of the month to get all your purchases in to get entries for that one. Okay, then we have a very fun daily prize, which is why I was distracted already. We have one skein of the beautiful watercolor sock. Where's the... This must have been one of the
pre-release. Don't worry, we have pictures and
pre-ships. Online we have pictures of the colorways, but on the label here you can see it kind of shades from grays to blues, which you can see them in the cone. It's just a little easier to see how they shift in the picture. It's a really fun cone. It's intended to be able to make a matching pair of socks. There's a little splash of white somewhere in the middle to tell you when your color repeat ends. You can almost see it right there, that light spot. So it's like then you know exactly where your color repeat starts over for making a matching pair. If you want to do something, a bigger project, like for the included prize, and you want the colors to match up, what you do is you get to that point and then you rewind it off into a ball so that you can get to the correct color again so that you can match it up in the middle, like on this beautiful shawl. This is Pebble Beach. And somewhere right about here, in the pink?
In the pink.
So basically, Susan hit the halfway point, wound off the rest into a new ball so that she could get to the pink again because it was out here, and then kept going. So you just have to rewind half of it.
I took the second half and ran it the opposite direction.
That way you match it versus having it have a little jog of stripe, although this one would have been very subtle.
Yeah, I just didn't want that sudden color change of going from...
Yeah. So that's how you make it in something like this, or therefore in our Field Champion Cowl pattern, where you could make the colors match up, or you could potentially make two narrower cowls, because we made this a nice tall one. We made it about a 12-inch so that we could use all of the yarn. But you could totally just do two 6-inch ones and make one for you, one for a friend out of the cone. Really fun. It's basically a feather and fan ripple pattern, but offset, so it kind of shifts over with this diagonal line instead of the lined up straight up and down ripples. So the ripples are a little more subtle. And how you get entered into the fun and fabulous daily prize is by interacting with the video.
A roundy round is stuck.
I have to pull the pin cup out farther so that it doesn't catch. So how you interact with the video, lots of you are doing it already, but you basically can react for 1 entry per reaction. You can comment for 5 entries per comment. And then you can share with this handy dandy swoosh arrow in the corner, which it's been in a mood lately. So we'll minimize. Share now. Share to your stories. You can share to your friends in Messenger. You can post it in a group. As long as you follow the group's rules, don't be getting yourself in trouble just to share yarn. So wherever you share, just come back to that day's video. And write shared to and where. And then you will get 11 entries per share. Then we go to our handy dandy comment picker here and click to see who our lucky winner is.
Angelus, congratulations. I believe you are not local, but if you want to come visit us, let us know you have a prize and we will get it from the cabinet. If you cannot make it in, let us know the next time you make a purchase and we will include your prize in your package. We've already established I can't word.
You're doing better than this morning.
Okay, yeah, let us know you have a prize and we will include it in your package and send it on its way in a pretty pink package.
I'm like, there's lots of squeaking out there to where I'm like, is the delivery person here making lots of noise?
We only have 2 of these cute little pouches left. They both say Mama. I think if you search Mama, they'll come up.
Okay, let me get this in its little bag.
Quick look at our markers that we talked about. If you want the full set of 16, we have the large and the small that fits a size 8. The other one goes up to a 13. And I believe they're only $12.99, so that's a really good deal. And class supply tin, too. $14.99?
$17.99.
That's close. $17.99.
Oh no, Rita! maybe before the 30 days happens, you'll decide you need to order something else. So just, we won't move on quite yet.
You still
Hasn't
have time.
been 30 days yet.
Yeah, it was just last week, I think, right?
I think so. So we'll give you a chance to need something else that, you know, you fell in love with, because it's going to happen.
His cuteness today.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the cuteness. I have to. Like, where do I start?
Play with them.
I think I start with the farm animals.
Start at the beginning.
I think I start with the farm animals. Although I think UPS is coming, so you may have to talk about the alpaca.
I don't know alpaca noises.
Well, you're not supposed to talk like an alpaca.
This is so fluffy and soft. He's adorable. Little tail. Look at how cute that face is.
Yeah, right there, fine.
So, I believe they are machine washable. Sorry if I get out of focus as I try to look at the tag. Oh, I can't do this one-handed, folks. Look, it even says with love, so you can sign your name there. If it's a gift, there we go. It focused. So to clean, they suggest using warm water and mild soap for surface washing, then air dry. Did I tell you, some of my stuffed animals get in the dryer or the washer. They've done just fine. But I haven't done this one, so no promises.
Isn't he cute?
You could even brush them with a slicker brush, get them all fluffy again.
And I have to show them this, because one of our customers saw these in the store already and got one. And she got...
Wait till you're ready.
She got it a little necklace. It's one
of
our
cute.
It's one of our magnetic bracelets. Just
washed it in a pillowcase. Awesome idea.
Just wrapped around like a little necklace, because they're about wrist sized. So that's what she did with her bracelet until she actually wants to wear it. She got in a little necklace.
So very adorable.
And aren't they cute? So that's the alpaca.
Yes, I have.
Whose name is Allie. They have names on their tags.
I did not know that.
I'm just discovering that, because normally the backside of the animal is not facing me. So now their little tag, which it is a removable tag. It's those easy, like, rip paper tags. I'm just not going to rip it because it's not mine. Yeah. It's like the mattress. You cannot rip the tag until it's yours. So then we have the, like, Peruvian llama. In his two-tone, his name is Compadre.
You know, you can really see the difference between the ears this time.
Yeah, this one's got really long, skinny ears, and this one's got kind of short, little round ears. Because our resident llama alpaca expert, Fran, will tell you that the best way to tell them apart is the ears. Alpacas are supposed to have short, round ears shaped more like a potato. And llamas are supposed to have long, kind of curved ears, which is hard to do in a plushie, so that it's more like a banana. So they call them banana ears and potato ears.
Natalie, you can have that one. We got the link on the website.
Yep, the pinned link is for these adorable plushies. They are under Pretty Pets Plushies, and they are super duper cute.
Quizzical, you know?
Yeah. Well, he's so long-legged and tall. You know, Susan literally cannot handle not playing with them.
I know, I have to play with them. Show them to people, and they come bouncing across the countertop making, well, the kitty cat made kitty noises, but I won't do the goat noise.
Please don't do the goat noises live, because it's very loud. It's very loud. If you want to do your own recording later, we'll post it on the collective.
No, that's okay.
So then, last but not least, for the fiber animals, is the adorable little goat. You could say he's a cashmere goat or an Angora goat, whichever one you want to say, because I don't know that he's necessarily...
He's a mountain goat.
Accurate to a specific goat. You could say whatever kind of goat you want. But he's got cute little curly looking horns. His name is Little Lovable Trouble.
Oh my.
But like lil, not little.
Yeah.
So I'm not just slurring my words. That's actually his name. Do I be cute?
I want to make him, I want to play with him.
Okay. I like how he sits up. Like, he sits up more like a dog.
Uh-oh.
Okay, now she's harming the animals.
There we go.
Oh, Susan.
Well, I have to play with them. I love the little mountain goat. He's so cute.
So something that would be really fun with these. Okay, so I'll admit, I am a grown child. I am basically a 4-year-old in an adult body. I just collect these because they're cute. I have a collection of alpacas at my desk in the back. I'm waiting to see how many I can get back there before people start to go, you're going to have to take some of your stuffed animals home. Like, I have them at home. This is my here collection. I have home animals and work animals. So I'm waiting to see how long before they go, okay, the animals are taking over. You must take some home. Like, okay.
Kind of like you make me take my projects home.
Exactly. So I collect stuffed animals because they're cute. They're inexpensive, most of them. I have a couple expensive ones that are collector's items, but they're mostly inexpensive. And so if you love stuffed animals, collect them. There's nothing that says that you can't do it just because you're an adult.
Look at that face.
But you could also do these for gifts for grandbabies, nieces, nephews, your own children.
Yourself.
Exactly. They'd be really fun if you're doing baby gifts of like knitting a blanket to pair it with the blanket. So you have like a little gift set. But really, they can be just because gifts. And then for our dog people, I'm very impressed with these little cuties because they're good looking little puppy dogs. We have the little Labradors. They did not have a whole variety of breeds, so we just have Labradors.
I think their ears are secure, but you could cut the little thing, couldn't you? Are they?
They are tacked down. If you were really good under a magnifying glass, maybe you could cut it because I can see the little white thread in there, but I'd be afraid of accidentally cutting the fabric.
I was thinking it was one of the plastic.
No, it's a thread.
Yeah. Maybe not so much.
If you were really good and brave, you could attempt it, but their ears are tacked down, which kind of helps them not get yanked off by tiny humans. But they've got happy little waggy tails. These do not have names, so you can name them yourself. They're just, yellow lab, chocolate lab, and black lab.
Golden, brownie, and blackie.
If you want to name them really obvious names, yes.
One of the stuffed animals from the kids when they were little is Blackie.
That's funny. Yeah, see, Karen's with me. They bring me joy.
Yes.
Exactly. I know our customer who raises canine companions dogs collected these two because that's what they raise is the yellow and black. They don't do chocolate because they have a little more genetic issues, I guess. They must be less standard as far as the genes go or something. Kind of like silver labs aren't really a breed, but it comes out sometimes. It's genetic mutation, and it's really pretty.
Never seen one.
But they tend to have health issues. And I think the chocolates are more prone to that.
He stuck his little paw. That's so cute.
Yeah, he wants a bracelet.
We don't have enough room for this cuteness.
I know. I'm going to have to set the... So these are all up, and they're all under the same link, so you don't have to go hunting. But these are all of the ones that are like the more realistic animals. So your fiber friends and your puppy dogs. Then we have the little less realistic because they've got the big sappy eyes. I'm going to start with the big ones. These have the "Aren't I adorable? Please love me forever" eyes.
Take me home.
This is Rowan.
Cute.
He is a red panda. You can tell by his little ringlet tail. And the little white tufts over his eyes.
We do have the measurements on the website. I think these are 8-inch.
Approximately. Yeah. It's like, because it's like, which direction are you measuring? This way? This way?
I think it's tall.
Way? I don't know what the rules are for measuring a plushie. But, okay, for scale, what's something everybody would know the size of? This? Okay, here's the cone of watercolor sock next to the plushie. So you can see this is the big size. So that's Rowan, the red panda.
He's got little white cheeks too. How cute.
And then the big golden brown sparkly eyes. I love that they're sparkly.
You can do that with the safety eyes that we have at home. That's what my kid uses. They're so cute.
Then we have the little leopard whose name is Lacey with her pretty green eyes, her little embroidered nose.
She's under snow leopard in the machine.
Yeah, because she's kind of a light leopard color, but she's got a nice long kitty cat tail. And her little paws. They're so soft. I wish you guys could feel them. If you're familiar with minky fabric, that's the softness level. Minky fabric. Oh, Kathy said we need to make him a hat.
Karen.
Some of the little hats Karen's made for the kids might fit these guys, actually.
Oh my gosh, the one she just did?
Oh, the fox one?
Yes.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh,
Then we have the giraffe. He's got his cute little mane, his little horns, the tufty tail. His name is Brighton.
There was a rare baby giraffe born that has no spots.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was actually real. Because, you know, the internet.
Yeah, I don't know.
AI, like, it's...
Yeah.
You must question everything now.
But we all need a giraffe to celebrate any baby giraffe.
Right?
Because
like, really, we just need a baby giraffe because adorable. And he's got pretty gold eyes.
Take me home.
I like the little curly Q embroidery for his nose. And he's got a little happy smile. He says, I love you.
Killing me.
You know, I have to take these because there's a lot more adorable.
I'm trying hard not to make lots of animal noises. But there might be some subliminal speaking going on. Sorry.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Now for the little ones. So I'll bring the cone of yarn back out for scale. We have the tiny elephant, whose name is Eliana.
Cute.
With her little trunk. Pink eyes, pink sparkly ears.
Oh, I hadn't noticed that.
I love that they're stitched with a little fold in them. She's got her short little tail, because elephants have tails.
There we go.
Yep, there we go. Get the tag out of the way. So we got our cute little elephant. So see, they're a little shorter, I think, 5 inch?
5 inch, yeah.
A little shorter than the cone versus the others were a little bit taller than the cone, but still equal cuteness. So we have the elephant. Then we have the little baby lion, whose name is Ellery. With the little mane, the little tufty tail. Gold eyes, the little embroidered kitty cat nose.
Look at the elephant. He's peering at you guys. Like, what are you doing over there?
And Danielle got these at one of the recent trade shows, and she got really good deals on them, and so we priced them accordingly for the deal so that you guys can get them at a affordable price to spoil all the babies, or if you can't decide which stuffy, you can just get them all 3. Like, no big deal. Then last but not least of these guys, we have Pixie, the little monkey with, like, fuchsia eyes. Little heart-shaped nose. He's got a hair in his mouth. There you go. Typical animal, they got a hair in their mouth. Look how they stitched the little paws so that they have like the little thumb.
Cute.
And his long little tail.
What do they call that? Prehensile? The tails on monkeys?
Yeah, because they can grab things with their tails. This one cannot grab things with his tail because it's, you know, not a real monkey. All right, now we have the ridiculously fun rainbow colorful ones. And I'm going to start with the craziest one first just because it's like, these are for people who like a little kooky. This is Faith the Flamingo. She's also a 4-inch, but she is sparkly feet and beak, that kind of fun, colorful rainbow fabric, a little tail, her wings. Oh, her wings have the sparkly underneath. I didn't notice that before. And then her crazy, like, mohawk on top that you can, of course, spike or lay down. You can give her whatever hairstyle you want. That is Faith the Flamingo. Then we have Lucy the alpaca, who also has a little tuft. Little tuft. And little pink sparkly ears. I'll do this side because of the tag. Pink eyes. The little embroidered nose.
And sparkly hoof polish.
Yep. And a sparkly little folded tail.
Oh, cute.
That's Lucy.
Just realized, where's the horsies? There are no horsies.
I don't think they had horsies.
No.
And then last but not least, because you know I have to save the most rainbow for last. The tag is stuck. It's stitched in there twice.
Uh-oh.
And I don't want to rip your tag. So this is Jonah, the lion, with the fabulous, I mean, you just got to fluff this. The fabulous rainbow mane. The little pink nose.
It's got little... No, it's just the color.
It's just the color. The little tufty
awesome.
tail in the rainbow also. His little paws are white.
You got ears hiding in there?
Yeah, if I
Oh, there they are.
push the mane down, he does have ears. Just
Cute.
his little mane that I have to fluff because it's awesome. His little fluffy mane is in the way of his ears. But he's awesome. He's adorableness. So that's all the little cuties. I know, I'm like, now that I've shown all of them, maybe I can kind of fit most of them in for like a group shot. Little recap for you guys of all of the cuteness.
Here, if we put these guys here.
Let me move the speaker because we're about to move it to go talk about classes anyways. And we'll put the other dog there.
There we go.
And
Sorry, monkey. Can't quite see. Oh my gosh, there's more. I forgot.
that might not.
Yeah, there you go.
And a goat.
Family portrait. Click.
All of the beautiful plushies. All the cuteness you can handle. Or can't handle. I'm not really sure which. And one fabulous fluffy grouping. So if you have tiny humans that you need gifts for, including yourself, you are allowed to refer to yourself as a tiny human and get yourself a plushie treat.
Look at that.
I mean, they're just the little faces say, "Don't you love me? I'm adorable. Please take me home." These with the sad eye faces remind me of one of the dogs that we had when I was a kid. He was a husky. We got him from the shelter. The people took him to the shelter because they tried to train a husky to be a bird dog. Yeah, exactly. I mean, people who don't know anything about dogs know that that doesn't work. Like, no, they're for running, not for birding. Although he learned enough that when there was a bird flying over his eyes, he'd follow it. Like, he knew he was supposed to pay attention to the bird. That was about it. But when we first took him camping, he jumped up on the bed, rolled over on his back, and gave us that look, like, "Aren't I cute? Can I please stay?" And it's like, well, you could stay in the camper, but not on the bed. Because I don't know if you've never camped in a camper, the bed is not big enough for 2 adults and a big dog.
This is true.
It's barely big enough for 2 adults. So it's like, no, you cannot stay in the bed. Oh, no.
We're going to wander over here for classes.
Yes. So, upcoming classes kicking off tomorrow already is the Menagerie of Slips Cowl. This is 2 colors of worsted weight yarn. It has 3 different like slip stitch-esque stitch patterns. One of them is technically like a knit below, but close enough. But it has this little bubble pattern, the little knots, and then these really cute little champagne flutes is what she calls them. They just kind of make a cool little like lattice work. If you're using yarns like Rios or Classy Cashmere, you need 2 skeins of your main color and 1 of your contrast.
Sorry about the glare, folks.
You could do a lighter weight version in Merino Cloud because it is definitely a heavy duty cowl in the worsted weight. That one is 3 sessions, so it will also be on the 15th and 22nd. Then on Tuesday, September 12th, we have the mesh lace boomerang shawl. This is one of those big curved triangular shaped shawls. You can kind of see if I hold up this little edge right here, the pretty curve to it. And it's got this fun zigzag lace pattern. As you go, you start to get more zigzags. So in class, we're going to teach you how to do this lace pattern while working the shaping of the boomerang shawl. So you have a little pre-work of doing this little tab right here. That's 30 rows, but it doesn't really look like it because not very many stitches. So you'll easily be able to do your homework in a night, but still don't wait till the night before class because that's just stressful. Yeah. Then on Saturday, September 16th, we'll be having our Noro yarn extravaganza threads in motion. If you have not signed up for that yet, I believe we do have a couple spots left. It is $24.99. You will get a swag bag that has way more than $24.99 worth of stuff in it. There's a $10 gift certificate. Originally, we were going to make it only available that day, so you may have read that online before we updated it. However, because we wanted to let non-locals participate, we made the coupon for that gift certificate last like 2 weeks. So you have time to get your swag bag and decide what you want to use it on. There'll be yarn in there, a pattern, some needles, all kinds of good stuff. And then if you model garments for the fashion show portion, you will get entered into the grand prize drawing. Then on Tuesday, October 17th and 31st, we'll be doing this beginner's journey in stranded knitting sweater. This one, Danielle's going to teach you the Italian cast on for the neckline. It's a really nice, gives it that like designer brand edging where it looks like the ribbing continues around the edge. It's a very cool cast on. Everybody should learn to do it. And then you can decide if it's worth the effort for you or not. And that one is 2 sessions that are an hour and a half each so that we can get you through all of the details. It is bulky weight yarn, so it's super fast. Some people are doing it with Cloud and Beatrix. Some are doing it with the Glory that we showed yesterday. You could do it with Noventa.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
The baby alpaca one. You got lots of options in bulky yarn that would work for that. And then last but not least, starting the 3rd Saturday in October, and then basically every 3rd Saturday through September of next year. So this is a 1-year crochet along. We will be teaching how to do the Persian Tiles blanket. This class is free with the purchase of the kit, which you may purchase all at once for a 20% discount, or you can purchase paying monthly for 6 months, and you will receive the kits once each month for those 6 months. We do need you to pre-order before the end of this month, so we have time to get Dream in Color dyeing lots of yarn and order more of the Bo Peep if we need to, depending on which yarn choice you are going with. If you want to choose something else, you may, but those are the only ones we're doing all the fanciness for subscribing and kitting, because
it's a lot of colors.
It's a lot of effort to do that. Like, it's worth it because then you guys get to snag up what we're doing a little more easily than saying, okay, here's the 12 colors that we use, and 11 of them you need 3 skeins, and the 12th one you need 8 skeins, and it's just, it's much easier if we just say, sign up for the kit, here you go. But if you're like, I don't want rainbow, we could help you pick something else out. We're not going to be like, rainbow or else. Okay, I might, but I would say it jokingly. I would never mean it meanly. I will not force anybody to do rainbows who's like, no, can't make me.
Too bright.
Except for maybe Susan. I would probably force Susan.
I would do it too.
Yep. Because it wouldn't be that hard to force her either. Okay, so on to what are we wearing? Oh, yay, Rita signed up for her swag bag and for the Noro event. Yay! So I'm wearing a crochet ponchette, I don't know what you want to call these, called Get a Little Warm. I designed it off of the knit one that Alexandra always has when she's here for her trunk shows, because the crocheters were like, well, I want to make one. So I figured it out. Took me some time, but it's got this little, I'll take it off so that you guys aren't trying to look through all the stuffed animals. It's got this little sawtooth edge, but it's basically just a rectangle that you bring the end to the side and seam it along here. So you can kind of see the stitch lines go this way, and then they go this way, like they go opposite directions. This takes 2 to 3 skeins of most fingering weight yarns, depending on whether you want to make this size or the little bit bigger one. You can wear it how I did with the point off to the side. You can put it with the point centered in the front, and that'll kind of make the collar almost fold down like a little shawl collar. Or you can put it with the point in the back. So lots of options. All right. Then we will slowly turn this around because I don't want to drop it. I've already dropped it recently and re-cracked the screen protector.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I've only had this one on for a month. I'm getting worse.
Wow.
I might have to upgrade to, you know, like an OtterBox kind of case, because apparently I'm getting a little more reckless with my phone.
Okay. This one is called Out of Line Cowl by Dream & Color. It is the planned pooling in your regular cowboy cowl style.
Nothing crazy hard. You've got increases in the middle and at the edges before you join in the round. And all you do is pick the splash color and do the opposite of the row you're on. So if you're knitting, you purl. If you're purling, you knit.
Yeah, there was some purling until you join it in the round.
That's it. That's as complicated as it gets.
Easy.
Easiest assigned I would say that you can do. They do get more elaborate from there.
They do.
We have a few patterns. Lots of other designers have patterns. Like there's lots of options for the assigned pooling and lots of colors that do that in the Dream & Color Smushy Cashmere. Alright, you guys, that is going to be it. I cannot believe how much cuteness there is. Like, it's adorableness overload. So we're going to sign off, start pulling your orders, keep working on shipping, and get ready for the machine knitting class we have at noon today. So we'll see you guys all again tomorrow. Have an amazing day.